complications had to cause me to do it this way. The only way I can. Well, for day 74, watch 74. What I, what I noticed in this one was that Wednesday and Pugsley they are perfectly fine with being not really interacting with everybody. You can tell that that Wednesday is defiant. She doesn't want to change anything, and Pugsley is just happy and carefree. I think that the only thing that is driving Pugsley is is the like in the first one, Pugsley had more of a stuff going on, but in the second one, Pugsley really doesn't really have much of anything as far as a storyline. He's just helping Wednesday. I mean, at least with Fester, he had some dialogue in the first one. I don't think Pugsley really has dialogue with anybody except the Wednesday's boyfriend and Wednesday. I don't remember hearing him talk much to anybody else. So what I noticed in this one is Pugsley has the least amount of dialogue in the movie. Think about it. Everybody else has a good amount of dialogue, but basically the only line that we hear that really comes to mind, besides like I don't know, there's like a couple or maybe one or two lines in the beginning, but of the film, but basically they're just like answers to Wednesday. When you hear him having to talk for the little baby saying guilty. So it's just, but the only line he really has that is longer than like one or two words or that has importance would be the one where he talks about the cards, where he's trying to trade cards with the other kid. But yeah, the her when he's trying to trade cards with Wednesday's boyfriend. Um, but yeah. So yeah, like I said, on my 74th day, on my 74th watch, I noticed that Pugsley has the least amount of lines in the film. So yeah. Well, can't really see the hold on a second. Um, I don't get it. I just said my whole thing, but I guess it's not. I guess I'll have to redo it over again. The what I said before, because there's complications, is that there were complications, so I had to redo this, and I'm having trouble with basically the audio and the visual, so I had to pick between the two, having complications. Well, so what I'm saying in this one that I'm having to redo is that what I noticed on my 74th watch, day 44, is that the is that what I noticed in this watch and what popped in my mind when I watched it was that Pugsley, in between all the characters in the film, Pugsley has the least amount of lines. So yeah, the only people he really talks to the most or the longest in this one is Wednesday and the boyfriend, and a couple gobble gobble lines or whatever in the play. But he doesn't really have any significant lines or much of a dialogue in this one as he did in the second one. Yeah, as he did in the first one. So in Addams Family Values, day 74, watch 74, I noticed he doesn't have very many lines. He doesn't have barely any words. He just, the most he speaks is when he's talking about that he's going to, when he's trying to trade the card to the kid, Wednesday's boyfriend. Yeah, I think the card is Amy Fisher. I don't know. Oh, yeah, you would think that it would be burned in my brain, but I've just had so much problems. I mean, I just got my microphone working perfectly, and then yanked it out and grrr. So, yeah, it was just by accident. But yeah, so yeah, working on it like this now. But so if the audio is different, just know that if it hadn't have happened today, if it would have happened a couple of days ago, it would have been fine. But you know me and my situation, I have to wait till I can get it fixed. So the audio is going to be like this, probably the video too. But at least the review is a review. So now that I can think a bit more clearly, after all the frustration and all that is dissipated, besides the fact that Pugsley has the least amount of lines than any other character in this film, what I noticed is that it works. Most people don't really notice that. It's fine to them. Well, I think that on my 74th watch, on my 74th day, that could be a big reason why the third film wasn't made. Because I think they just did not want to say that Pugsley did not want to come back. And in those days, recasting not really heard of, especially for Pugsley. I think they knew that by then Pugsley had a certain look, and in both films they had those actresses and actors, and I think that since they were like, well, we'd have to replace Gomez, but then they find out we'd have to replace Pugsley too. They were like, oh, we're not going to do it. Well, as I've said in the past, that's what's popped in my head when I watched it on the 74th day, on the 74th watch. Yep. So, as I've done in the other ones, da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da.